Hold there. In this video, we're gonna do segment 4 of the Colorado Trail. Check it out. All right, we're here at the Rolling Creek Trailhead. Now we're going into the Lost Creek Wilderness. We'll cross through it. From the parking area back there, you go left, and now we're heading into the Lost Creek. You start at this nice trailhead, but it goes up most of the day. You'll come out of Lost Creek, and there's this beautiful, like, meadowy, forested area. It's a simply beautiful area when you get out of the Lost Creek. It's kind of a slog going through the Lost Creek. And last time, this area freaked me out. So we'll see what it's looking like this time. It's pretty thick in here. Once we get to the top, we'll be out of this big forest and it'll start looking a little different. We'll get a little scenery change today. Yo. All right, so now we leave this trail and we meet an old logging road. We'll follow this for a good ways here. This is that road that, I don't know, it just gave me the heebie-jeebies last time. We'll see if that happens again. They really logged this area down pretty good. There's a lot of open space now. Last time I came through here, this wasn't like this. That is a large pile of lumber. Definitely did this recently. And I just spoke to somebody who said they're doing it because of the beetle kill. That's crazy. Back into the woods. See how clean the bottom of this forest floor is? There's barely any undergrowth. Lost Creek Wilderness, Pike National Forest. All right, we've officially entered the Lost Creek Wilderness. Little creek. Just met a man who's telling me about a trail called the Wigwam Trail that intersects this section of the Colorado Trail. He said it's top notch and not a lot of people go there, so there's that for you. The Payne Creek Trail intersection. This drops down to Bailey. There's a sign actually on the side of the highway dropping into Bailey that points you this direction. So if you take this trail, this is where you get to. Okay. Nice little creek. Another little stream. Ooh, stepping stones. That's kind of cool. There's a nice campsite right down here. And I think we're about to cross the Craig headwaters. Cool. You take a little break here, get some water. That's lovely. After that creek down there, we're gonna start going up. From there, you got about another 4.5 miles of up. But in the meanwhile, spooky forest. And right after that creek, there's all these great campsites. This would be a great spot to camp. A lot of streams in here. I think it's July 3rd now. Something like that. All right, so here we leave the logging road and we join the trail on more of a trail as opposed to a road. That means we're only in here for another 2.5 miles. So last time I came through here, I had a rough time in this area, but not this time. This is pretty chill. I just need a sec. Little stream. They call it a spring. The spring is the sign that you know you're close to the top. Cool. So here we're about a mile from exiting the Lost Creek Wilderness. Cool little stream. We're about to get to this really nice meadow. I've camped there before. It's top notch. We have exited the Lost Creek Wilderness. And I gotta say, it really wasn't that bad. It was pretty pleasant actually. A very green grasshopper. So we just came out of there, and now we're gonna come over here for the Brookside McCurdy Trail meets. We're about halfway for the day. We go up this long gulch following the Lost Creek. It's super chill. It's a very, very easy afternoon. It's an oddly straight gulch. Cool little bridge by the Trailhead sign. Let's see what this Trailhead says. Yep, Lost Creek Wilderness. So, just for y'all to know, here we are. And there's Bailey, there's Shawnee, there's Grant, and here's Kenosha. And now from here, we're gonna go straight up to this long gulch trailhead. We're gonna hang out somewhere in here for the night, and then tomorrow, we're gonna go up to Kenosha. Alright, now Brookside McCurdy and the Colorado Trail turn into one, and we'll probably end up camping around the Craig Creek, somewhere up in there, you know. I know there's a bunch of really cool campsites off the right. At the end of the night, there's one with a really good view that's about 2 miles before the end of the segment. I think we're gonna stop there. Looks like there's campsites back there. Still at it. We're in here for a while. We're heading directly over here. Made it to the Brookside McCurdy Trail intersection. It goes up that way back into the Lost Creek Wilderness. We're gonna continue bearing west. You could camp over here, but don't really. But just past the Brookside McCurdy Trailhead sign, there's a bunch of nice camping in there. And the stream just past Brookside McCurdy is running pretty good, so I'm gonna fill up some water here. So you guessed it, the trail goes this way, and then it goes right again in the middle of these two mountains. This tree wanted to take a selfie with me. Hi! Still going, but that's the top right there for sure. Following the trail until right about here. Right about here. And then it's another 2 miles to the end of the segment. We just walked all the way up here. That's kind of cool, you can see this far. Ooh, I don't think I'm going to be going past this segment. My ankle started hurting. Alright, so there was this dry spot up at the top of Long Gulch. I decided to stop and camp here for the night. There isn't very much water, but there's water 2 miles in both directions. So when I wake up in the morning, I'll just go get to water right away. If my calculations are correct, we're at the very top of Long Gulch here. It's beautiful. It's a nice spot for sure. There's a bunch of moose in here too. I hope we get to see one. But we only have 2 more miles left of the segment, so I will catch up with you in the morning. But that's gonna do it for tonight. I'm gonna take it easy and go to bed. That was kind of crazy. I went to bed last night and that rain hit, and then when I woke up it was a tent city in there. But we're out of there now, and we're gonna head to the end of the segment and get some water. Now that was a great campsite, it just didn't have any water, so if you get in there, make sure you have plenty of water. And now we're back in the forest, heading down. We're gonna go down for a long time today. I think we got about 8 miles of downhill in the next segment, and then we got about 2 miles of downhill to get there. So low and slow. Well, this is a pretty good view here. You can see out, this is looking towards Kenosha. We're basically gonna go through all this stuff today. I got some compression on my ankle today. It really doesn't like the downhills at the moment. Woo! Someone was rubbing in here. Happy Alvin's birthday, also known as 4th of July. All right, at the Trailhead for Lost Park Campground and going to Kenosha Pass. We're at this end of segment 4. Thanks again for watching this video. Make sure you stay tuned for segment 5.